and welcome to another 642 Tiny Things to Draw update.
First up, we have a redwood seedling, and I decided to have this little guy growing out of a teacup because I thought that'd be cute.
I'm doing colored outlines using a Japanese gel pen. I don't have brown, so instead I'm using red for the tree in the dirt. Green for the pines, of course, and then a pink teacup with a yellow handle that I will be coloring in with Artist Lab colored pencils. I only added shading on the teacup using purple, and then for the background, I added some very simplistic line work trees using the same Japanese gel pens as before. And then I called it done, so here's the final picture along with the macaroni from last week. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble formatting these photos into a horizontal widescreen video. Next we have a no-see-um, which is like a tiny little mosquito thing. It's some type of blood-sucking insect. Anyway, I decided to go really simplistic and cartoony with this one. This entire doodle is in black Micron. These little bugs are very fuzzy, so I tried to get fur texture along all of the edges. I don't know why its head looks so big, because in my reference photo, the bug did have more or less those proportions with a really big head, but it just looks weird on the paper. Final touch was a little drop of blood, and then moving on to the next prompt, we have taste buds. I think I added a little too many taste buds. I definitely could have made this drawing bigger and, saved a lot of time. Here's me sketching in real time, so now you can see how tedious this was. Yeah, I definitely should have gone bigger, or maybe just drawn like a small cluster of taste buds, not this madness. I outlined everything in a pink gel pen. Then with a light pink Artist Loft colored pencil, I colored in all the tips of the littler taste buds. Then with red, colored in all of the bases of the taste buds for a shade. I added some more shading with graphite to deepen those shadows, and then I called it done. Here are the taste bud and no-see-um finished doodles. Moving on, we have a microdot. Google says microdots are used to prevent detection from unintended recipients. I don't really know what that means. Not gonna lie, this doodle is pretty boring. It's just graphite mostly with a little bit of brown colored pencil around the edges just to give it some color. Then for the microdot code, it's mostly just random letters and numbers that mean absolutely nothing, but I did throw in a couple words. So pause, see if you can find what they are. And if you think you found something, leaving comment, it'll be like a little scavenger hunt for you guys. Here's a finished microdot with a sneak peek for next week's update. This next prompt is a pupil, and I wanted to try doing this entire doodle using this weird multicolored pen. I think the brand is called Scentos, just for funsies. Look at all those colors. First, a sketch. Sketch done. I want the iris to be green, but I want it to fade from yellow to green, get some heterochromia. So I guess shading, I think there's a shadow here, the very center of the iris with brown, and then that's fading out into yellow and then coming in with green. And I also made the very edge of the iris blue for more color. I tried to get that very weird hills and valley eyeball texture with these blue squiggly lines, but I do not think they were super successful. Now for the skin, I'm using mostly brown and yellow. Except for the waterline, I colored that in red and then dulled it down with brown. For a highlight, I'm using yellow. The base color is brown. For shadows, I am pushing harder to get darker brown, and then for the really deep shadows, I'm adding a bit of blue. This is supposed to be a vertical image, but the screen is horizontal, so I apologize. The image is horizontal now, and here's a close-up. Moving on. Here we have a window prism. First, I sketched out a little room with a window and a little side table dresser thing. I wanted this to be very colorful, so I outlined in blue gel pen. Then I started working on the prism. I was looking at reference photos, and I noticed that window prisms leave a rainbow glare over any surface that's in the room, and it's really pretty and vibrant, and the colors just seamlessly blend in and out of each other. So I picked out a nice assortment of rainbow colors, and then I just kind of went for it. I didn't really have a plan for this because honestly I thought that this would be a pretty easy thing to just wing it. It's just color, right? You just blend color. I didn't think it would be that hard, and I was mistaken. This ended up looking more like tie-dye than a prism, and I think part of my problem was all of the prism reference photos that I was looking at, they're very curved shaped, while my drawing ended up being more box shaped. It's still very pretty and I like the pattern, it's just not what I was trying to do. I left the rest of the image white because I just want to focus on the prism, and here is a photo at the final, and then a little close-up photo off to the right. Here we have a tea sandwich. For this one, I went for a simplistic, cartoony approach. I made a triangle shape for the tiny sandwich with a little frilly toothpick in it, and then I added a tea mug in the back. Outlining in colored gel pen using blue and orange because complementary colors. I'm noticing I'm doing that color scheme quite a bit. In this instance, it's because I didn't have tan or brown gel pens to outline with for the bread and for the tea, so I went for orange instead because that is close enough. I colored it with Artist Loft colored pencil, just did a simple flat color, and then came back for a bit of shading using graphite, and then came back again with those same gel pens to add a little bit of texture. Next up, we have popcorn. I'm doing a single popcorn and then a under the microscope view. Popcorn texture under a microscope kind of looks like oddly shaped cells with a border around it, so that is what I tried to draw. Outlined with Micron as usual, and I gave the close-up texture a second scribbly outline because I thought it looked cool and made it look more like close-up and textury. To color it in, I used a dark yellow colored pencil. I gave it some shading with graphite, and then I came back with a white acrylic paint marker to give it a highlight. I added the highlights rather sporadically on the cell border wall area. Also, the paint pen brand is Alerie. Alerie? I don't know how to pronounce that. And here are the last 2 finished doodles. That completes this week's update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the description box for my list of art supplies. Also, there you can find my Linktree link, and on my Linktree you can find my TikTok, my Instagram, my other Instagram, a whole bunch of other stuff involving me. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!